Have you ever wondered why a factory, a place just packed with the latest, greatest machinery can still feel like total, absolute chaos? Well, today, we're going to unravel that exact mystery. We are breaking down how you can transform that expensive chaos into a smooth, lean, profit-making machine. You've seen it before, right? You walk onto a factory floor, you see all the state-of-the-art gear. Maybe you even know their efficiency scores are technically pretty good. And yet, the whole place just feels frantic, disorganized. Parts are just piling up everywhere. So what is going on here? Yes, the classic scene. Over in one corner, you've got this mountain of semi-finished products, what we call work in progress, or WIP, and it's just sitting there. It's not just collecting dust, it's tying up a massive amount of cash that could and should be used somewhere else. And then you look just a few feet away, and another incredibly expensive high-tech machine is just sitting there, totally idle. It's literally starved for the very parts that are piling up on the other side of the room. It's this crazy paradox, and believe me, it is the silent killer of productivity and profit. So how do we fix this mess? Well, the answer isn't just about buying even faster machines or telling people to work harder. Nope, it's about a really powerful, almost elegant concept called flow. You know, the real beauty of flow is just how simple it is. This isn't about running every single machine at 100% capacity all day long. Not at all. It's about creating a smooth, predictable, and uninterrupted journey for your product, from the second it comes in the door as raw material to the moment it leaves as a finished good for a happy customer. And when you get this right, oh man, the benefits are just transformational. Your lead times, they just plummet, which is a huge competitive advantage. That mountain of WIP we talked about, it shrinks, freeing up all that cash. And maybe most importantly, your output, your throughput, it becomes stable and predictable. You can actually promise a delivery date and know you're going to hit it. Okay, that all sounds fantastic, but how do we actually get to this magical state of flow? Well, the first, and I mean the absolute most crucial step, is to find the one thing that's holding your entire system back. You have to find your core constraint. A bottleneck is really just the slowest part of your whole process. I want you to picture a 5-lane highway that suddenly, for no good reason, narrows down to just 1 lane. It doesn't matter how fast the cars were going before that point, does it? The entire flow of traffic is now dictated by that single choke point. And here's the key insight. Every single system has one, no exceptions. Let's make this real. Take a cable factory. You could have these super fast machines for twisting and sheathing the cables. But if the machine that applies that special XLPE insulation is the slowest step in the chain, well, the entire plant's maximum output is capped by that one machine. Trying to speed up anything else is frankly a complete waste of time and money. And this is exactly why it's so critical to know where to focus your energy. So many plants fall into what I call the line balancing trap. They try to make every machine equally busy. But the truly smart move is bottleneck control. You pour all of your initial improvement efforts into making that single constraint as efficient and as reliable as it can possibly be. All right, so once you've found your bottleneck, you need a system to manage the entire factory around it. And one of the most famous, most effective methods for doing this is called drum, buffer, rope. This concept is just brilliant. Think of it this way. The drum is your bottleneck. Its pace becomes the heartbeat for the entire operation. The buffer is a small, strategic pile of work you place right before the bottleneck, almost like a shock absorber, to make sure it never has to wait for parts. And the rope is a signal that connects that drum all the way back to the start of the line, telling it to release new material only as fast as the bottleneck can handle it. See? Everything is synchronized to one powerful rhythm. And the results? They're immediate and they're dramatic. By tying the release of new work to your bottleneck's pace, you automatically prevent those huge pileups upstream. The workload just smooths out, your overall WIP plummets, and because everything is moving consistently, not in these frantic bursts, your lead times get slashed. This entire idea, it's all part of a huge mindset shift in manufacturing. It's about moving away from a traditional, inefficient push system and moving to a modern, responsive pull system. So the old push system, that's what causes all the chaos we talked about. Each machine makes as much as it can and just shoves it to the next station, whether that station is ready for it or not. The pull system, the flow way, is the total opposite. An upstream process only produces something when the downstream process signals that it needs it. This simple change from producing just in case to producing just in time is an absolute game changer. This chart, it perfectly illustrates what I call the Goldilocks principle of WIP. If you have too little, you risk starving your bottleneck, and that shuts down the whole plant's output. But if you have too much, you get all that clutter, quality risks go up, and your lead times become impossible. A pull system, managed by drum buffer rope, helps you find that just right sweet spot for smooth, predictable flow. And we're not talking about somebody yelling across the factory floor here. Modern plants use really simple but super effective pull triggers. Yeah, it could be a physical Kanban card or a light, but more and more these days, it's electronic signals and digital dashboards that automatically tell an upstream station, hey, I'm ready for the next part. Okay, so how can you start putting all these powerful ideas into practice? Let's boil it all down into a simple checklist to get you on the path to true manufacturing flow. Ready to start the journey? Here's your action plan. Step 1, find that true bottleneck. Then set clear, realistic limits on your work in progress. Implement drum buffer rope to control the whole pace. Switch to a pull system for releasing work. And pay attention to this key point. Only after you've stabilized the bottleneck should you even worry about the other lines. And finally, you've got to track your progress with key metrics like lead time so you can prove that it's actually working. And as you go on this journey, just do me a favor and watch out for these common traps. Don't waste your time and money improving non-critical machines. Resist that powerful urge to overproduce just in case. That's the old push mentality talking. Be brutally honest about your changeover times. And always remember, if you don't measure it, you can't manage it. So monitor those KPIs. I want to leave you with this one thought. You can have all the lean theories and all the buzzwords you want, but this right here is the crucial point. Creating flow is where all those great ideas stop being theories and become a powerful, money-making reality on your factory floor. So, you've done the hard work. Your factory has a smooth, predictable flow. The system is finally stable. The big question now is, how do you lock in those gains and elevate your whole operation using real-time data and digital tools? Well, that is exactly what we'll be breaking down in our next explainer. Thanks for joining me.